Hi, I'm Elan Cadiz, and I am a native New Yorker and visual artist. I'm also the creator of the Scaffold Equity of Treatment Project, also known as the Scaffold Project.
This project right now that you have, how did the whole concept for that come about? Like, what set you down the path for that?
Yeah, so it, like everyone else last year, quarantine threw us all off. I had finally in my life gotten jobs that I was doing steadily and being able to get paid and pay my bills on time and everything. Everybody was happy. And all of a sudden it was like, oh, fired, laid off,
Wow.
and you gotta figure it out, because I've been an art educator now for 20 years, because I started in 2000 teaching. And then I was now faced with the idea like, oh, you can't do that now because we can't do events, we can't be around each other, and all these, restrictions and rules. And so I just decided to focus on what brings me peace, what makes me feel complete. And that was art, right? Because that's what I've been taught. So I need to do something that'll keep me busy so I don't think about what's going on. So I started to think about people, the people I know, because I'm technically, even though I can be outgoing and talk to folks, I am introverted. I don't like going to openings. I don't like crowds. Because of those things, I kind of don't always feel connected to the art community. And I wanted to kind of really think about what that meant for me. And so this project kind of grew out of that. And it's this idea of acknowledging people for what they bring and what is positive in them.
Hi, my name is Nelly Escalante, and I know Elan from the Studio Museum in Harlem. We worked together there. And I saw what she was doing online on IG, and I was like, oh my God, that's so great. And then finally she asked me to be part of this project, the Scaffold Project. And I was like super honored, and I was like trying to figure out like which one, which like, outfit will I be immortalized in? And I have this yellow shirt that really reminds me of my mom. My mom used to wear like these shirts with like ruffles, and during this time with the pandemic, I haven't been able to see her because she lives in a nursing home. And so, even just seeing it right now, like this is mine right here, it just reminds me of my mom, and I look most like my mom. So I love that she immortalized me looking like my mom. So I'm so grateful to be part of this project and to be part of these all amazing artists and faces, and just excited to be here. So thank you, Elan.
I think the concept of social capital explains this best, where you're making these connections with people, and it's not so much about money, but it's about the connections you make with people. And I started to ask friends, family, if they would want to participate. And what that took was them to submit a photo, 2 or 3 photos of themselves, just so that I can pick the best one, paint it, and build scaffold around them. And now the scaffold, it comes from an educational term, because my son at one time, he had an IEP, individual educational plan, to assist him with his speech, because he had delayed speech. And so in it, they pretty much designed an educational plan for him and his needs, which included like smaller classes and specialists. And I thought, like, this is amazing. What if we all had that individual support that was catered to the needs that we have, that can support the places that we are weak?
My name is Maktia Parker. I'm from Harlem. I've known Miss Elan for a long time. I went to school with her daughter, Neilani, from pre-K to 5th grade, so we've known each other for a while. She introduced me to art. She actually bought me my first art journal. She wrote activities in it for me to do and stuff. So yeah, when she asked me to send in a picture for the Scaffold project, it was a no-brainer, of course. Yeah, so that's how I got involved.
And so that's the basis of the Scaffold project. It's this idea that we know, any individual knows so many people with good skills who are doing amazing things or just living their truest life.
Right.
And I feel like if we focus on those best qualities and give people avenues to express those things, we would do so much better than focusing on the worst and waiting for bad.
Right.
It really was my way of connecting too to people I care about and just, how are you? How's everything? Is everything okay? And you know, so it was that too. It was like a fun way of connecting to people again and saying, you know, I loved working with you then. I would love to highlight you and hold you up. It's not so much about the product, but it's the feeling I got when I was able to share it with someone.
Right,
So now it's
right.
like I had all these portraits to share and all these beautiful people to share, and it just gave me an excitement.
Nice.
Yeah.
My name is Nazira Parker, and I currently work for customer service. I met Miss Elan through my sister because her daughter and my sister were going to elementary school together. I've known them the whole time that they've been going to school together and then some. And because I'm the oldest, I'm a babysitter. So she was like, could you help me out with some childcare? And I was like, of course, because you're a very good family friend of ours. And we just kept continuing our relationship after my sister and her daughter stopped going to school together because she would still need me for like childcare. And then she asked me if I could do a Scaffold project. And it was pretty easy to say yes because we have such a great relationship, and she's one of the most amazing people I've ever met. Super great and very talented. And it was just really cool to see like the community that I was a part of, because it's just interesting to see the ripple effect of like knowing one person and the people that they know, and it's just really cool to be a part of this collection in more ways than one.
So I've seen you put it in a couple of different galleries
Yeah.
all around New York and other places. Like, how did that start? How did that come
So between the use of social media and social capital, I was able to bring a lot of attention to the project. And I was contacted by Mary Birmingham, the curator at the Visual Arts Center of New Jersey.
Okay.
And I've worked with her before, and she's also a participant of the Scaffold project.
nice. Okay.
Yes, I asked her after the exhibition if she could be a part of it. And I also had exhibited at Adelphi University, Jonathan Duff. He is the curator of that space, and he actually met me I think in 2018 or 17 when I exhibited at Gallery 8 on Frederick Douglass, which is sadly not there anymore due to, I believe, COVID and all the stuff that's happening.
Yeah.
So
what's the next place is going to be displayed, where you're going to be at? What's the next lineup?
oh, this is the exciting part. So the next lineup is the Kente Royal Gallery.
Oh, wow.
Yes, and Mr. Doji, the owner, has so kindly allowed me to be in the space from May 2nd to May 30th.
Oh, nice.
And that's right in Harlem. So it's such a perfect location.
So first of all, Elan Cadiz is a good friend of the gallery. She's an amazing artist and community-oriented person. So she's been friend of the gallery for over a year and a half. And when she approached me with the project, the scaffolding project, I was like, it is perfect, because my gallery is a community gallery. You know, I open up this space to provide opportunities for, you know, artists of the community here in Harlem, New York City at large, and to the African diaspora, you know. So I love what she was doing. When she told me she did over 150 portraits, I was like, awesome, you know. So that's come on in, let's do something, especially, you know, during a time like, you know, during the pandemic. You know what I'm saying? It's like she has such a giving personality, and she's so loving that, you know, she took time during the pandemic to do portraits of people that live here, business owners, artists, you know, performers, and all kind of people. It just made me more like love what she's doing, and I was like, okay, bring it in. I know this exhibition was traveling earlier. It was in New Jersey, Summit, New Jersey, and then it went to Long Island, at Delphi University. So for me, it's like just bringing it home to Harlem, finally. Like, what an honor to be at Kente Royal Gallery, right? Like, it makes sense.
Wow. How many Scaffold Project portraits are
man.
there? I didn't know it was that large. You just
Man,
nope.
I tell you, I'm the absolute worst. So I've been trying to do the math, right? Because and the people kept thinking like, you're never gonna be done with this. You're never gonna be done with this. Because I keep asking people, and I had to like really just tell myself, stop. The idea is not that I should make a lot of portraits, right, to sell, because I think that's the usual idea of art, right? You make it because you want someone to buy it.
Right.
But it was actually under the conditions that the portrait, if not sold, it goes to the person in the portrait, because technically, I feel like it's theirs. In case they do get sold, the portions of those monies are divided between the owner of the space, myself, and the person in the portrait.
Oh, okay.
So, so everyone had to get a cut. And that was very important to me as well because of our image. How often in our history that Black and brown people have been, their identities or their image has been used without compensation.
Very much.
Very much, right? Like we suffer in that where we're not paid the same and we're not given enough credit. So in this, they had to get money because you allowed me to use your image. You allowed me to share your name, your information. You deserve a cut,
Right.
So that was a very important part of the project as well. One, money was not important, but if it came into the factor, then everyone had to get paid.
I get you.
So, and those are the terms of it, which have been tricky because again, we're in a system where it's about the art, the product, you sell the product, and usually, it's all this kinds of, negotiation, but it's really about the people.
Right.
Who are these people? What are they bringing to the table? And who do you know that reminds you of these people?
Right.
Like we all have folks in our lives that bring something to the table. Yeah, let's acknowledge it and value it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love that. I absolutely love that.
Yeah.
I absolutely love that.